First up, please welcome to the cage, Eimar Hernandez.
All right, back to the action right now as we take a look at Eimar Hernandez. Hernandez is 1-1, fights out of Pettis MMA as you take a look at the Carbon World Health tail of the tape. Hernandez going up against Peter Lowe. We haven't seen Lowe in a while. We'll talk about that as a little bit of a layoff for Lowe. He missed the last event, but we're excited to see Pete back into the cage taking on Hernandez. So there's the tail of the tape, and there is Hernandez. Now here comes Peter Lowe.
Next up, his opponent, Pete Lowe.
And here is Pete Lowe. The last time we saw Pete Lowe was way back in January as he got a unanimous decision over Taryn LaBelle. Lowe, originally from California, came to fight in Madison back in October of last year and scored a quick victory in his first bout fighting for the chosen few. Lowe is 3-1 on a two-fight win streak. We'll see if he can make it 3 in a row against Eimar Hernandez. Chris Garrity is up in the cage and has the introductions.
Eimar.
Ladies and gentlemen, our fifth bout of the evening is brought to you by the Tint Fans and our amateur. First up, please welcome this man, fighting out of the Coliseum Bar, red corner. He stands in at 5'5" tall. He weighed in at 128 pounds. He represents Pettis Mixed Martial Arts and hails from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. In 2 amateur bouts, he has 1 victory. Please welcome to the cage, Eimar Hernandez. His opponent, this man, fighting out of the Harley-Davidson of Madison, blue corner. He stands in at 5'5" tall, also weighing 128 pounds. He hails from right here in Madison, Wisconsin, and represents the Chosen Few Gym. In 4 amateur bouts, he has 3 impressive victories. Please welcome to the cage, Pete Lowe.
Pete Lowe again on a 2-win streak right now, looking to make it 3 in a row against Eimar Hernandez. Hernandez lost a split decision in that Pure FC card back in July in Milwaukee. So that's one of those things when you lose on a split decision, I think you want to get that taste out of your mouth quickly.
Oh, definitely. He was get the action right away. Eimar really coming out, testing the range, got that nice leg kick. Pete Lowe, right in there in the mix. There's 2 little wiry guys. Potentially could be fight of the night. They're in there. They're, starting a little slower, but still already feeling each other out with those leg kicks. And once they start getting these exchanges, we're going to see some really fast scrambles, some really fast combinations. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
I like when you guys say that when you're talking about possibility of being the fight of the night. That usually means it's a pretty good matchup almost every time that you guys mention that. You thought that could be the case with that Oler Amatushin fight that we saw the last time, and it was the fight of the night. So hopefully this one will live up to your expectations.
Pretty long feeling out process for both these guys, right up until, of course, they say it. But they both start going for it now, which is nice. But there's still, you could tell, a lot of mutual respect in the cage right now for both of them.
Hernandez has tried some pretty high kicks, trying to land to the face of Lowe, and now he's trying a flurry of punches into Lowe, and Lowe's able to back up. He has been spending most of the round backing up, and now almost looks like he's developed a little bit of a limp on that left leg.
Eimar's just doing a really good job stalking, keeping Pete against the cage, not letting him to the center, and just probing him with the jab and then finding openings to land combinations in those leg kicks. And I think Pete's just a little startled right now about some guy that's just disrespecting his stand-up and walking him down like that. And there we see a nice body kick. Pete trying to come back for what it's worth. He's throwing a little bit, but just a little bit short, circling his punches a little too much. And Eimar just finding his mark with those punches, just real crisp right now.
Good combination by Hernandez, scores against Pete Lowe, and Pete Lowe 2 minutes into this fight is looking to do some scoring of his own. It's been a lot of Hernandez so far.
And what I like about it, Gerald, is the volume of punches he throws when he gets up against the cage. Even now, right there, you saw 4 punches in a very minimal amount of time. That's not a lot of things you see in amateur fighting.
No, and it was really good, right? A return off a leg kick. He didn't let him get away with that exchange. He won the exchange. We always talk about this as, pretend like you're winning an argument. Always win the exchange. No matter who hits you, make sure you hit last. And here, Eimar unloading. Pete trying to fight back. Really toughening it up with his back against the cage there, but Eimar just walking him down, finding a home for those punches. And Pete trying to back him off with leg kicks, and there we see Eimar again. Just like I said, he ate a strike, came in a big right
good
hand.
Right knocks Pete Lowe straight back. More combos on the way from Hernandez. Lowe looking to survive the round. Last few seconds, he's going down. Hernandez continues the flurry. Lowe looking for the bell, and he got it. Wow. Pete Lowe able to survive. We'll see if he can answer the bell in round number 2. Great action from Eimar Hernandez. Round 2, don't miss it. It's next on 57 Sports. It was the boxing ability and the combos of Eimar Hernandez that dominated round number 1. We saw him go for some big kicks early on, but then he found a home with combination punching.
Yeah, here, this is the story of the fight. Eimar walking Pete Lowe down against the cage, and Pete trying to fight back and swing, but Eimar just too precise, too fast with those combinations, and if that's not a 10-8 round, I don't know what is.
And saved by the bell right here, Rich, is where it all started, and Pete Lowe was in a lot of trouble right before the bell rang.
Pete Lowe pulling a Zach Morris, getting saved by the bell. Love it as he survives round number 1. Lots of blood coming out of the nose right now of Pete Lowe, and we'll see if he has an answer for Hernandez here in round number 2, as Lowe has been on the defensive. Great striking from Hernandez so far.
I think the answer is, do you have a ground game? Because you need to use it.
And he went for it right off the bat on cue from the machine calling it, but very deftly was Hernandez able to sidestep out of the way.
Yeah, Eimar doing, really walking him down. Pete trying to come back a little bit more aggressive this round, and he's really giving it his all. Eimar did a good job early in the beginning of the round, stuffing a takedown and still returning. And remember, Pete still landed some shots. Eimar's just wearing them well, keeping a good defensive position, and I was just about to call, really good high kick. He was hitting the body kick from distance. Now I would say try to go up high. Every time Pete swings, he drops down a little bit, so I'd start looking for that head kick.
Again, it's Lowe trying to get this fight to the ground, and he's got to, because Hernandez looks so comfortable throwing those punches and once again landing combinations on Pete Lowe.
Lowe's in a lot of trouble here, Rich. I don't know what you tell him in his corner, because he's tried now 3 times to take this fight to the ground, and you could tell that Hernandez sprawl. He's too quick, too fast, too strong. I don't see Lowe going past this round.
He just doesn't have the boxing skills to match up right now. Trying to fight back. Pete Lowe, courageous here. Blood squirting out of the nose of Lowe. And this might be a stoppage coming up here as the ref barely got out of there. It looked like he was going to stop it. Keeps the fight going a little bit longer as Pete Lowe's a bloody mess now.
It's over. It's
Goes
over.
down again, and now finally the ref stops it. He had to.
Great
Wow.
performance by Eimar Hernandez. Looked really, really good on the feet. Good takedown defense. Threw some nice knees to the body off the clinch, and Pete Lowe, a warrior.
What a display there by Hernandez, as we'll take a look at the replays right now, as Pete Lowe just took a ton of damage and had the blood pouring out of his face to prove it.
Yep, Eimar here just looking too clean on the feet, you know, touching those combos, and this is the thing, he's throwing 4 or 5 punches at a time and landing every single strike, and Pete Lowe, for what it's worth, stayed in there like a warrior, tried to stay at his feet as long as he could and swung back with everything he had. Great fight by both guys.
The finishing combination right now, as you take a look at Hernandez getting the victory, punishing Pete Lowe in this one, and hopefully Lowe's face will heal up quickly. He took a lot of punishment from Eimar Hernandez. All right, the final decision, or the official one, coming in from Chris Garrity right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end of this bout comes at 1 minute 42 seconds of round number 2 for your winner by TKO, Eimar Hernandez.
Very impressive performance by Eimar Hernandez. Definitely adept at being a striker, and he struck his way to victory here tonight. All right, we have another amateur fight straight ahead. Devin Seitz is coming up on 57 Sports.